We are back with another episode of Turnabout Deception. Everything about the murder. I remember now, I took the knife to the living room myself. I ate the apple too. I used the knife and put it on the cupboard after I was done. We were talking when I tried to steal something from the cupboard while he was distracted. He caught me and looked angry. I panicked, not in control of my actions. I took the knife. He was bigger and stronger than me, so I needed all my strength to stab him and twist the blade. Okay. I realized what I had done. I never meant this to happen, so I called the police immediately. It is a very detailed testimony indeed. If all this is true, there is no doubt of Miss Hammond's guilt. The defense may begin the cross-examination. This is my last chance to prove her innocence. It's all or nothing now. Alright. Everything about the murder. So it was not Mr. Tyron. Forgive me, please, but I am sure this time. Let me correct another detail that I got mixed up. I ate the apple too. I used the knife and put it on the cupboard after I was done. You left it on the cupboard? Yes, we were talking and Mr. Tyron said I could just put it there. So, you took it from the kitchen, hence its presence on the cupboard with only your fingerprints on it. Precisely. I see. Please tell us what happened next. We were talking when I tried to steal something from the cupboard while he was distracted. But why did you try to steal something in the first place? I'm not very wealthy. I swear it was not my intention, but when I took a look at it is irrelevant. The accusation is murder, not theft, Mrs. Silver. Objection sustained. Please continue your testimony, Miss Hammond. But he caught me and looked angry. I panicked, and not in control of my actions, I took the knife. In which hand? You panicked? I saw how angry he seemed to be when he caught me. I was in fear. All this came over me. I am so sorry. I never wanted to do him any harm. But apparently you did, and that's the reason you are here today. Proceed, please. We'd like to hear about the deed itself. He was bigger and stronger than me, so I needed all my strength to stab him and twist the blade. Well, you are of rather petite stature. I take it required great effort from your side? Yes, but I did not do it on purpose. The panic took over. So could you have stabbed and twisted the blade inside without putting everything behind it? Unlikely. I'm not very strong. I caught myself after I attacked him and felt exhausted. Alright, what I had done is I never meant this out, so I called the police immediately. Immediately? You didn't do anything else before you called the police? Well, I was shocked and just needed a moment to catch myself, but I did not do anything else during that time. To remind you, she called the police at 8:12 p.m. This occurred between 8 o'clock and 8:15. That left Miss Hammond with barely enough time to do anything else. Sounds plausible. This is a lot of information. Just where should I try to find a contradiction? I wonder. Could that one detail I kept noticing about her be of any significance? Yes. Come on, Matt, think. There must be something in the court record that can help me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There we go. I am sorry, Miss Hammond, but you are my client, and it is my duty to stand in for you. Even if that means that I must prove you are lying, for whatever your reasons may be. What is the meaning of this? You want to tell us that Miss Hammond is perjuring? Indeed, Your Honor, and I can prove it. Take a look at the autopsy report. It will tell us the truth. What are you talking about, Silver? But the report does in no way contradict the known facts. It appears that way, doesn't it? But what if I tell you that there is a fine detail that we did not take into account? A detail that will show that Miss Hammond being the cure is impossible? You're bluffing. There couldn't possibly be something that significant that we all overlooked. I say there is. If you are that sure, then tell us. Tell us why the autopsy report precludes Miss Hammond as the killer. Miss Hammond could not have done it because she is left-handed. You know, I noticed this little detail just before the trial, but I didn't see its importance back then. It's quite simple, really. So simple that it is easily overlooked. Miss Hammond? Yes? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but you are left-handed, aren't you? Why, yes, that's right. Your point, Mr. Silver? My point is that this changes the entire situation. Ah. This is it? This is why you think it could not have been her? You want to tell us that left-handed people are not capable of murder for some bizarre reason? Don't be so silly, of course they are. Well, except for Miss Hammond, at least in this specific case. You're still bluffing, Mr. Silver. Obviously you're out of meaningful arguments. Then obviously you did not pay attention close enough. Let's look at the facts from the autopsy report. A frontal stab wound to the left torso. Tell me, Mr. Blake, in order to stab someone in their left torso with a frontal attack, which hand do you need to hold the knife in? That's easy. Of course you need to use the I think what Mr. Blake tried to say was that you would need to use your right hand. Could somebody explain the meaning of this? It's actually quite simple, Your Honor. Surely Miss Hammond could be able to kill somebody if she used all her strength. But you have to agree with me that she could have possibly done something like that with her weak hand. I don't know, man. You can have a strong, non-dominant hand and use it for like a knife or whatever. I mean, it would be very awkward to you, but you can do it. I should know. Silver, what are you trying to say? Isn't it obvious by now? Miss Hammond did not kill the victim, James Tyrone. She was the only one there. The facts show that it could have only been her. If that is so, then the facts are obviously wrong. Something that evening was not like we presumed it was. Stop the inaccurate nonsense. Tell us what that something is now. Mr. Blake is right. We need an exact picture of what happened. What about the evening of the murder, in your opinion, was not like we presumed? If Miss Hammond could not have died, this leaves us with only one possibility. There was another person in the apartment during the murder, and that person must have been the real killer of James Tyrone. This is lunacy. No, it's the only possible answer. It must have been someone else with Mr. Tyrone that evening. Mr. Silver, we determined that James Tyrone had no contact to anybody else that evening. You said yourself that you were the last person Mr. Tyrone had contact with. The facts you revealed might bring confusion to the progression of events, but that's about it. Easy as that. This leaves Miss Hammond as the only possible killer. He is right, Mr. Silver. Miss Hammond is still the only possible killer. Unless, of course, you could somehow prove that this is wrong, too. Can you, Mr. Silver? Can you prove that the victim had contact to another person that evening? No, that was my last chance. I cannot, Your Honor. I cannot prove that. It's over. Hey! Everything I've done for nothing. Listen to me, Matt. Then I assume that this trial has come to an end. You can prove it. What's this voice? Am I hearing things now? Just think, Matt. You can prove he has been with someone else. Even though today's trial left us with more doubts than expected, your client is counting on you. James is counting on you. Don't let them down. Am I going crazy? Did the failure make me snap? But what if it's true? If I can prove it? I'm now ready to pass my verdict. Nothing to lose now. If there's even the slightest chance to still turn this trial, I must take it. Just think, you have the evidence you need. You had it all along. I declare the accused Miss Clara Hammond as... Hold it. Yep. Wow. It's super easy, isn't it? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Silver? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but you cannot pass your verdict just yet. Because actually, I can prove that the victim met with someone else that evening. But didn't you say that you could not do so only a minute ago? Oh, that was a mistake, sorry. A bluff. This is just another bluff. I tend to share Mr. Blake's opinion. There has been too much fooling around already. I will give you this one chance, but I want nothing less than decisive evidence. If what you presented is not convincing, you're in for a grave penalty. I understand, Your Honor. Take that! Cell phone? Not just a cell phone. My cell phone. What could your cell phone possibly contribute to this trial? Nothing but the truth, Your Honor. You see, there's a record of a conversation saved on it. Not just any conversation. No, it holds Mr. James Tyron's last call on the day of his death. As you may recall, the police report indicates me as the last person in contact with the victim. They checked his phone, and the last number he called was that of my cell phone. And due to a mere little mistake, I saved the conversation. Your Honor, please replay this recorded conversation. For your own sake, I hope this is not a joke. Okay, here goes. Hey, Matt. Hope I'm not calling at a bad moment. Oh, hi, James. Not really. I'm a bit busy, but I could talk. What's up? Listen, I'm sorry, but I have to cancel our appointment for this evening. I'm getting a visit from a young woman. Oh, finally tired of being single, eh? Oh, no, not. What do you think? She's in trouble and needs my help. She's a nice person and wouldn't do someone wrong, but you could say she had some bad luck lately. What do you say, James? We'll just meet elsewhere. To be honest, this isn't any different from what we know already. Just listen, Your Honor. The important part comes right now. Very sorry, Matt. All that turned out very short-term. I'm also having dinner with an old friend just before that to talk about some important business. Wow. Wow. What? There you have it, Your Honor. The victim just told us personally. He told us that he met someone exactly before his appointment with Miss Hammond. Gah! Order in the court. This is the proof that you have been asking for, Your Honor. He did meet someone else. And it's safe to say that, Mr. Silver, what are you trying to do? Even if he met with somebody, it changes nothing. On the contrary, it changes everything. Everything is based on the assumption that the victim only met Miss Hammond that evening. But now that with the appearance of another person, the entire situation changes. I share Mr. Silver's opinion this time. This is outrageous. We cannot even determine who that person was, nor what happened between the two of them. What if I say we can? We can? How? I knew James very well. His customs, his preferences, his habits. He said he had dinner with an old friend. Then I'm sure I know where they ate. You do? I know his favorite restaurant. I'm absolutely sure that he would choose it for a meeting. If we check, we can surely find someone who witnessed the two of them. One employee of the restaurant must have seen them. Who do you think could have miraculously seen something this crucial to our case? Indeed, who? Tell us, Mr. Silver. Tell us which employee could have possibly witnessed the victim and the person he met with. The waiter, of course. Take that! It's easy. We should question the waiter who was serving the guests that evening. I'm sure that he can tell us about the meeting. Still, outrageous. It's our duty to eliminate all doubts where possible before a verdict is passed. Hence, the defense requests the waiter to be called as a witness. The court will follow the defense's request. The court will take a recess until the witness is present and ready. Wow. Wow. As I said last episode, these things can get lengthier. But of course, this is more a common length for my videos now, I guess. 15 minutes, give or take half an hour or so. So I shall see you in the next video, YouTube. Goodbye.